I mean, not WB. I mean, don't shoot the message. My bad.
What? Why are you doing that?
There we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, we live.
Okay. We good in the hood?
No, boom, boom.
All right. Let me save it to my page. Share it. That. Post. All right, let's get this popping. Cool.
Evacuate the city. Engage all defenses. And get this man a shield.
In case y'all don't know what that is the Infinity War trailer. Dope. So I got a chance to see the movie on Tuesday, and I just want to thank my brothers for not spoiling it for me. Even though some parts I knew what was going to happen, they told me, but it wasn't where. Oh my gosh! Now we're gonna have people who are trying to share the freaking movie. You know how people tag you. You know how when you tag something. But anyway, it wasn't where I was like, damn, it messed the movie up for me because I didn't know how it happened. But after watching the movie, I was like, yo, this is crazy. So I told my uncle, cause I kept seeing all the memes where everybody had the sad face and everybody was like, before seeing Infinity War, after, the Infinity War, so you had the memes. But watching that, I'm not gonna lie, man, I was pissed too. I know Christian D. Ruck say F Marvel. F Marvel.
Yo, it was people at that movie we went to that was in the bathroom like, man, I can't believe they.
Yo, dude, like,
I was like, yo, it's not over. Yo, this dude didn't use the bathroom. Zipped up. Yo, it's not over. I said, nah, it's not over. It's another scene. He said, oh, let's go.
Get out of here.
Nah, B, don't try to push that over here.
Let's get that
Dot,
nigga. So
I'm trying to push that over here, B.
So my mentee was like, yo, man, that's messed up.
Shit out of here, nigga.
He said Black Panther, notice I'm over these guys on purpose. He said Black Panther been out 2 months and he in the big movie, now he died again. Sorry if you didn't see the movie. Spoiler alert.
Yo, you said spoiler alert to start it off. Like, if you this deep in,
Right.
And you, first of all, if you ain't seen the movie,
Shame on you.
shame on you.
Yes, Thanos coming to get you.
Shame on you. You deserve to be the part of the universe
Yes.
that goes. If you haven't seen
You was that person in the truck.
Now, ask you guys again, and we talk off camera, but I wanted to put into perspective for people who don't watch the movie. How did you guys like the movie?
Y'all let Chris go.
Well,
This is gonna be an interview for me to people who don't watch or who watched it. So this is my interview to you guys. So how did you like it?
The movie was heavy.
I was a fan. It was a heavy movie. It was a little more dark than I thought.
Okay.
An
Yeah.
Avengers movie would be. They're a little more, it's Disney. It's the marquee of the franchise, the Avengers. Everything that they've done in Marvel built up to Avengers.
That point.
First Avenger to Age of Ultron and now to this. So this being the catalyst of the franchise, I didn't think it was going to be as dark as it was, but to portray Thanos in anything less would have been, it just wouldn't have been realistic.
It would have been DC.
Huh?
It would have been more DC.
It would have been more DC, right? Exactly.
And you see what they doing now.
You see what they doing out there.
Struggling.
And the funny thing is that DC has the bigger characters.
Yes, they do.
They have the bigger,
Yes,
more
they do.
famous characters.
Yes,
And
they do.
They just haven't.
They're struggling.
You know what their problem is? They don't have a Kevin Feige to quarterback everything. You know what I mean? To be like, listen, movies can be done independently, but they all need to work towards something. All the stories need to align.
They all have to come together.
Well, I think the major thing that they did was Batman versus Superman. They just said, we're going to do what Marvel took 10 years to do. We're just going to do it in a movie. And it's just
Didn't work.
Too much.
Didn't work.
too much. It's too confusing. It doesn't get the job done. But like I said, it was a little darker than I thought it was originally going to be. But you know, once you see it, it changes you. Like no doubt. Like once you see it,
you can run from it. You can hide. But destiny is coming.
Destiny came. And I gotta say, Josh Brolin did a fantastic job.
Wow.
As, Thanos.
Wow.
I've been seeing something I want to get your opinion on too. I've been seeing a lot of people trying to say that Killmonger is a better villain than Thanos, and I think what people are misconstrued on on the difference between Killmonger and Thanos. Killmonger, you got this villain that has so much depth. You know, it's a villain that you can relate to. A villain that they actually made Killmonger in a way, as he was going against Black Panther, where you could say, man, he is right.
Yep. Yeah. I got feeling.
And you don't get that a lot in villains where you go, man, I understand why he's doing what he's like, especially because you get his
Kanye did.
Fuck Kanye. Because you get his childhood, you get how he grew up, you know, how they left him, how the world has seen Black people just in general.
You understood why he was mad.
You understood why he was mad, and you understood why he was like, I want what you got to help us.
Yeah.
Everywhere. You know what I mean?
Because I'm going to get everybody right so they don't have to go through what I went through.
Exactly. Oh, so you can see his point of view. Thanos, see, what we haven't seen in movies, and especially superhero movies, is the villain win. Yeah. The villain, and the villain take out main characters, not just a fly-by-nighter. You know what I mean? You know, he had to go, no. He took out heavyweights. And he beat up all your favorites. Nobody won against him.
Every last one of them.
The only person that even got, now I don't even want to say same level. The only person that got some type of retribution against him was Thor.
That's it.
At the end. But when they met head up first time, he had Thor's little head in his big ass hand. You know what I mean? So it was the first time that I can recall, I don't know, maybe you can think of something else, where it wasn't just a plot point in a movie where the villain won for the first time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and then the superheroes come back and then they could get him. Nah, I mean, like you wasn't ready.
There was nothing.
There was nothing
you could do. You know what it did? What I'll put it like this: if you had to look for a villain, right? Thanos was.
I agree, Tom.
Thanos was Heath Ledger's Joker killing Batman in that movie.
Yes, he was. I can agree with that.
You didn't understand Joker's method. You didn't agree with what he was doing. Everything that he did seemed crazy and outlandish, had never been done before. And the fact that he didn't care what anybody else thought. Listen, I'm doing this because I want to do it. Right. I'm doing this because this is what I think is right. This is what I think should happen. And guess what? None of y'all can stand in the way.
Yeah. You know what? That's the perfect way to think about it. Is I'm doing this for somebody else. As some of the other villains in Avengers and other superhero movies, I'm doing this to appease my master. I'm doing this to fulfill somebody else's wishes.
I'm doing this for me.
I woke up one day and said, this is what would make the universe better. And I'm going to do it. And you can't get in my way to stop me. You can try, but you will not succeed. As Tom said, he knocked the Hulk out. Nobody knocks the Hulk.
Well, listen.
Made him a bitch.
Let's put this into perspective, right? And this is what I think even makes that so much better. The Hulk has been beat up before in our comics.
Yeah, in the comics for sure.
He's been beat up before in our comics. But to beat him into full submission, like, I don't think people understand that the Hulk said no over 5 times in that movie.
I'm not coming out.
No, it's over. I don't care what you want. No.
I'm good.
Nah.
I'm not coming out.
Nah, I'm
Did you
good.
see
Here.
Did you see his crew say, "Let Thanos have his fun"? Did you see that?
Yo.
Did you see him karate chop me in the throat?
Yo.
And then get off a 37 hit combo on me?
Boy, Thanos is hitting him like you playing Fruit Ninja. that thing was something awful.
Oh.
But I just think when I originally saw it, I was like, I'm pissed the hell off. I'm mad as hell that all my people cannot get anything done against this dude. Nothing.
No.
And the thing that made it so dope is that not only was he physically better, but he outsmarted all of them.
Oh yeah.
Now, I think this film, which was the aim of Marvel, it made every other superhero, Marvel, Avengers, whatever film. Now it all makes sense. Now I understand why he sent them to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Go what they about.
Let me see.
Let me see if they real.
They really are.
Let me see if they real. You know? Oh, Thor over there too? Yeah, go. Let's go talk to them dudes and have them, try to get Loki and him to fight and kill his mother and all. Now I see the game plan.
Well, as Kevin Feige and the Russo brothers said, leading up to Avengers, they said when Avengers, Infinity War, and then number 4 come out, the way that the Marvel Universe will be seen is everything before. It's going to be their BC. It's going to be their BC or their ADBC because
ABDC.
No, it's going to be that BT and then AT.
Right.
So before Thanos and after Thanos.
Exactly. That's what it's
going to be.
That's going to be the timeline.
Look at you guys twinning.
No, it's going to be like that, and it has to be, it brings up the big question. Who's really dead?
Yes.
And then there's 2 different deaths. There's the before the snap deaths, and then the snap deaths. Now, I tend to think that everybody before the snap is dead, except for Gamora.
Oh, hold on.
Except for Gamora.
Oh, you dead. Oh, you ain't never coming back, dude. Oh, you acting like you ain't never coming. Yeah, they gone. Loki, out of there.
Loki, Heimdall.
Sorry, ladies. Heimdall is gone. Idris is gone. Yes. Chocolate Boy Wonder is gone.
I don't even. He got one line in the movie.
What?
No. He said. He said. All Father, give me
the dark magic
one last time, and then that was it for Idris. Exit stage right, and then obviously
he died with the ill bite on his lip.
Yeah.
He died with that joint.
I mean, they have to be some type of powerful to beat him because, he could battle with Odin. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, he was some type of strong. So, you got before the snap, which would be Loki, Heimdall, Gamora. Now, I believe that Gamora is somehow connected to the Soul Stone. There's a lot of places on YouTube that you could look that up. I'm not giving them to you because they don't give me any money to give them names. So
there you go.
Like and subscribe to this.
Yeah,
share this.
To this, and then maybe I could tell you where you can find some of that stuff that I was looking at. But I believe that Gamora soul is directly connected to the Soul Stone, and when they get that, we'll see what happens.
I like what Tom said.
What's that?
Tom said the next movie is going to be hellacious, satisfying comeback for the good guys. I think it will be, but I think it's still going to be more depth. I think it's going to be a comeback, but the losses that are going to be suffered are still going to make you feel like you felt that. Yeah.
I feel that Captain America is going to die.
Gone.
If Tony Stark is going to die, this is where he's going to die. But I don't think he's going to die. I think he's just he's the quarterback of the franchise. He's got a $50 million Marvel contract.
They say so. He's still going on.
He's still going on. See, Chris is done.
He said it. I'm out.
This one, he's done.
Yeah.
This 4 was his last one.
Okay.
Supposedly now they could be working out some deals
And doing something different, yeah.
You don't know, but he said that he wanted to leave, on top. He didn't want people to get tired of him. So this could be his last one. So if
I know Thor is staying.
Thor is staying. Mark Ruffalo is staying. Scarlett is getting her own movie, so she's staying. But I digress. This is where you're gonna get some deaths and some permanent ones at that.
Yeah.
Because I personally don't think that everybody that went into the mist is gonna come back. I think there's gonna be a select few that can come back. Now, that's what I think. But from more a concrete evidence standpoint, there was pictures that were taken from the set of Avengers, of all the Avengers. Infinity War and Part 4, they did them together. And there's pictures that were taken that were in this movie. And it kind of shows them back at the first Avengers when Loki came with the Tesseracts. So if they're going that far back, and I don't know what their plan is to stop them, because it shows Loki in Loki gear, and we all know Loki dead. So if they're going back this far, it potentially everybody could come back.
Yeah.
Potentially.
With additions.
With additions.
Yeah.
So
with additions.
We'll see how that plays out. You know what I mean? Maybe that just sets them up to stop him at a certain point. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
See, I personally, in time, I like your thought, but I personally think that all of the Guardians, you know what? Yeah, I kind of agree with Tom, because I was thinking that, just how you said, some people will come back and some don't.
Yeah.
I don't see Mantis and Drax making them back, but Drax is a key figure in what happens with Thanos too.
Yes, because in the comic book,
he
pushed him off the cliff. That's what killed him.
Gamora and Quill, I can see that storyline rekindling.
Well, for Guardians 3,
yeah.
How do you? I know Adam Warlock is going to be introduced in Guardians 3, and then Adam Warlock character is going to be more than just in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but he's going to get introduced to everybody. Well, he did get introduced, if you know comic books, in 2 at the end, but he'll be 3, more introduced.
You're going to see him.
You're going to see him.
Yeah.
Now, it would have been nice if they would have had Adam Warlock in this, because he played such a major part.
But people are still saying that he could be in Marvel, in Captain Marvel. They were saying that too. I don't know how they would do that.
Well, they're bringing back. If you look at the headlines for it, they're bringing back Ronan the Accuser in Captain Marvel. Now, Captain Marvel is in the 90s, so this would be before. This would be before the Guardians.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. It's gonna be fighting.
Yeah, Groot was. Yo, shout out to Vin Diesel though.
Not Vin no more.
He's not Vin no more.
Nah.
Who
well, in the trailer, didn't it say Vin Diesel for the credits?
Nah, it's not Vin no more.
I am Groot.
I'll show you.
He's like, whoa, watch your mouth.
He's like, I am Groot. Whoa, whoa.
So now my question is, and then Rick, I didn't get a chance to ask you. So, I asked Chris. Thor. Was he is he again? I don't part of my naiveness and lack of comic knowledge.
Naivete.
Is he supposed to be kind of like a dumb blonde? Because remember when he kept calling homeboy, he kept calling him a rabbit.
No, well, he's not being dumb in that.
No.
He's being a god.
He's being arrogant.
Yeah, very arrogant.
All right, okay. So he just like, oh, you're a rabbit to me. You're not a raccoon. That's what it was.
Right.
Okay.
See, the thing is that people don't understand, right? Thor let everybody know in this movie that he's 1,500 years old.
Right.
Right?
That was so funny.
But the crazy thing about it though, right? As a god, Chris, what would you equate it to? I would equate it to Thor still kind of in early 20s because of where he is maturity wise.
Yeah.
When he was in the first Thor movie,
right.
please understand he was a teenager.
Right.
Thor was you see this hair? You see these eyes? I got lightning.
Which is why his father took
all that.
Took the hammer away from him because of his arrogance. Also, as Guardians are concerned, in Norse mythology, which they get a lot of their stuff for Thor from. I mean, obviously he's a son of Odin, and that's really in Norse mythology. But
Look at my boy, so smart, man.
But as he gets older, he actually gets stronger. That's why Odin is so strong, because Odin is very, very old.
Very
and
old.
For them, as they age,
they get better.
Really, they get
They
stronger,
get better,
faster, everything. So, he's in the infant stages
of his power.
Of his powers. You know what I mean? So,
like what people saw in Ragnarok was him kind of actually tripping onto his power. Right? Because in Ragnarok, when Loki pissed him off, that's when it was just like, okay, now I'm pissed. Now this is all gonna come out. Like, now I'm upset.
As his sister Hela said, what are you the god of again? And then his father and Odin was telling him, you're not the god of a hammer, you're the god of thunder. And if you think about it, even in all the movies we've seen him in, we never seen him use the lightning and the thunder like that. Not like that.
No.
You know what I mean? So as he gets, however much they'll develop Thor, as Marvel goes forward, he should start to look stronger and stronger. Because Thor, in all actuality, like from a comic standpoint, he should be on par with Superman.
Yes.
On par.
Yes.
And just from how they've portrayed him right now, he's not. He's below that. You know what I mean?
But he's getting there.
He's getting there. But he should be. There. That's why it was like a big thing when people saw this movie. They was like, he finally looked like a god. Like, he finally looked like fam. Like,
and I think that's the great thing that Marvel has done with the development of all their characters, because they've all gotten better, or they've all started to step into where they are with their powers. Like, where Tony is with his technology, listen, man, Tony is in another place. Doctor Strange and just his second movie is in another place. That's the other thing too that I think was really, really key in this movie too. All of Marvel's first characters, right, have now stepped into really, really, really who they are. Like even Cap himself. Cap, again, you talking about stepping into your power. Cap is really like, I will end everybody for real. Like, and I don't care no more. The blinders are off. I didn't take the red pill this time. Like, I'm seeing the Matrix. So
Tom is giving up some good points.
Oh yeah.
What's Tom talking about?
That is, yes, I've read that. That Hulk, according to the Marvel Universe books, are the strongest.
Yes.
Heroes, not necessarily the strongest
villains.
Yeah, there's some villains that are much stronger, but we'll be getting into people that people don't even.
Yeah, but that's too. That's why I think it was key for everything to happen with Hulk, because Hulk actually learned different in his evolution too, and starts to gain more power. That's why I think it was important how they set him up in Ragnarok, because when Thor in the comics started talking and having full conversation with people and understanding, like when he was on that ship, when they sent him away and he got to wherever he got to, and when he started to learn, like, wait, hold up, they me out here because I do this? Oh, wait till I show them what I really get down with. So when he comes back, when he decides to come out,
yeah, we need World Breaker Hulk.
Yeah, because the merger, and that's the crazy thing, the merger that happens between him and Bruce, where they are fully compatible, meaning that he's always Hulk like he always been, but now he's thinking on the level of Bruce, along with that power and rage. People ain't ready for that one.
That's kind of like She-Hulk, because She-Hulk, her also.
She came out like that.
Yeah,
though.
she could go back and forth whenever she wants. Like, 'cause she's a lawyer. Let me not bore people with all this stuff.
No,
we get there.
Well, listen,
we get there.
You're gonna have to, because I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and I think that putting this on YouTube, you're gonna get a lot of the comments, and you're gonna get a lot of people who are like, okay, well, what is this? Let me see, because people gonna want that conflict. So that's why I'm recording like this, because it's kind of like DJ Vlad. Like, you know how, like, when you watch Vlad TV, you don't see him. You just see, like, the guests. So that's how this going to be. You know what I mean?
Yo,
So,
Listen,
it's
man,
just
don't put
dope.
me up against some of these guys on YouTube, man.
Because
No, but
they
it's-
real.
They'll put me under the.
no, but it's good that they can, one thing that I do know about comics is that, like, when people are saying something and it's right, and, again, people know who's really into comics and who's not. And they'll say, well, no, not like that. This is what it's about. It's not like, oh, you suck, shut up. I mean, you probably got your one or two guys, but you don't see a lot of people like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So once this go out there, I think people are going to say, well, yeah, that was cool. But also, like Tom. I mean, Tom been doing this, obviously, for a while, but he's dropping Jews. So you're going to see a lot of people dropping Jews. Uh-oh. Okay, here we go. Miss, hold on, here we go.
Who that?
Wake up, Miss Wish.
What's good, bro?
What's up, man?
Oh, John Wesh.
I'm chilling, man. I think you guys are talking about some things that have piqued my interest.
Oh. we have awakened the Kraken.
So,
Oh man.
were you now? Which part did you happen to catch?
John been listening to all.
Or did you listen to, like,
he
all
a
of it?
comic dude. John been listening to all of them.
I caught like the last couple minutes of it.
Okay.
But yeah, I was driving, so I couldn't really watch while I was driving.
Okay. So the question was again, how did you like the movie, and then it spawned into everything else. So how did you like the movie, Mr. Wesh?
The movie was fantastic. I actually spoke on the phone to the Russo brothers that directed the film on Friday. They were on Sway. They were on that Sway in the Morning show.
Yeah.
Okay, word.
And, and actually got to talk to them. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, they were like really cool dudes, real humble. But anyway, yeah, man, I thought the movie was dope. I saw a comment. Thanos never knocked out the Hulk in the comics. That's an absolute fabrication. He did. So, anyway. But, no, I thought the movie was good. I thought it was, like, crazy accurate as far as what they could do with the story. What impressed me the most, I think, with the movie was how, without having the rights to everybody right away, they were still able to, like, put together that's, like, really unprecedented. Like, the only other movie series that has ever really had, like, a whole bunch of different characters like that is, like, Star Wars. And Star Wars didn't have a bunch of superheroes. So the fact that you got all these different dudes that can essentially, with the right direction, carry franchises on their own, and then you put that together and make what they made. I mean, it was crazy. I love the ending. People was tight about the ending, but like next year's movie it's gonna be crazy. And when the Hulk finally does decide to come out, it's gonna really go down. It's gonna really go down.
Well, just to let you know, our boy Tom disagreed with what you were saying. Could you read that comment, please?
He said, he said, I'm not talking about the comics. He's talking about the MCU. Slick.
Talk that shit, Tom.
But,
Talk it, Tom.
I mean, I own the Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War comics, so I'm pretty averse in.
Oh boy,
stories, so.
here it is. He got to talk about his stuff now.
No, but this is why I tell you, the comic book world is a fickle world. It's hey, listen, when me and John had just we about, I can't remember what we talked about, but we talked about a lot of Marvel stuff on one of our shows, and we had people saying, "Oh, motherfucker, no, that's not how." It's like, calm down, B. Calm down. Just calm down.
John get mad if the Alien Avengers is off kilter.
But I'm more here's I want your take and people who obviously read the Infinity Gauntlet. How did you feel with the Inhumans not being involved? No Celestials being involved, and Fantastic Four not being, huh?
Say that one more time.
I said, somebody who's read the Infinity Gauntlet, I want to know your take. I know my take, so I'm just asking for yours. How do you feel about the Inhumans and Black Bolt, more specifically, not being involved in this movie? Also, no Celestials and no Fantastic Four.
All right, so it's a bit. I mean, I have mixed feelings. Like on a grander scale, it's a bit of a letdown. If anything, I was more let down in the Civil War film because I know what that could have really been.
Right.
When you look at all the characters that were in that. As far as Infinity War, I think for it to be as successful as it was, you can't go off the rails too much. And the thing about the whole Infinity comic, which is why the comic itself, when it debuted, was so long and was like so extensive, because there's so many different stories, there's so many different things, and then like the Inhuman show didn't really pan well on television, so it didn't really go well.
I knew it would. I knew it wouldn't. I knew it wouldn't.
I knew it wouldn't too, because it just didn't. Inhumans to me isn't a show, and unless you do like a dark Netflix show,
right?
Exactly. I don't think it's an ABC network show. It's not something where you can do like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and kind of make up things as you go, and then throw little Easter eggs that make people say, "Hey, this is cool." You know.
I think it made everybody look weak in terms of
everybody look
like
weak.
It made Medusa look weak. It made Black Bolt look weak.
Yeah, like Black Bolt, you know, like the whole season you're anticipating him speaking, and you don't do nothing, you don't say nothing. So it's like, okay, like your craziest kill was when you first found out you had powers and killed Stan Sunstick.
Yeah,
like that was your dopest kill in the whole season. So I mean, the biggest character from Infinity that I really wish they did
Warlock Adam
is Adam Warlock.
Yeah, everybody wanted Adam, but
and I think looking back, I think they're gonna regret that. I think that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 wasn't as good as the first one, and I think the second one would have been better if they used Adam Warlock as like the main like antagonist or protagonist antagonist, as opposed to this whole thing with like Star-Lord's dad and all that. Because Star-Lord's dad in the comics wasn't Ego. Ego's a separate villain, and Star-Lord's dad isn't really. He's just like some being from space. Like he's not anything really special in the comics. So
John,
to create that was unnecessary, and I think if they did that differently, they could have had Adam Warlock in Infinity War. That'd be better, because I don't even think Adam Warlock's going to be in Avengers 4, because Guardians 3 doesn't come out until after Infinity War.
Right.
Also after Avengers 4, and Guardians 3 comes to Adam Warlock. So, but
wait, Guardians is after Avengers 4?
No, well, Guardians 3 is going to be after Avengers 4. So
we're really not going to see them back.
Right. So right now the lineup would be 4, then be Wasp, and then Captain Marvel, and then 4. So it's right. So if you looked at it in like succession, it would be Infinities, which we just watched. The next will be Ant-Man and Wasp. The one after Ant-Man and Wasp would be Captain Marvel, and then Avengers 4. That's the lineup until.
Well, we get Captain Marvel in Avengers 4 in the same year. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like 2 months, right?
What they're going to do with Captain Marvel is they're going to explain like why she's so powerful and why she's basically what they're going to do is they're going to kind of make her the key to the Infinity War, which is somewhat true, but not really. Like Captain Marvel is a major piece in it, but she's not. You know, I mean, she's dumb strong. Don't get me wrong, but she's not necessarily like the one to like, you know, really solve that problem. But it looks like for the movies, that's what they're going to do. So Captain Marvel is going to take place in the 90s, which kind of makes sense, because then it's going to answer our question as to where she's been all this time.
Well, so, I also don't like that they're probably, since they're going to make her a key to you know, Infinity Wars Part 4, that she's probably going to be super OP. And not that.
Oh, she's gonna be super duper OP.
And not that she's not, but I think they're gonna have her at like a ridiculous like level where it's like, I mean, she's very, very strong, and she definitely can hold hers. But I think they're gonna have her. I think she's gonna probably be like the most OP character.
Like her first fight scene, she probably gonna punch Thanos, and you gonna see blood spill out of his mouth or something.
I'm just hoping. And I'll get John's take on this. I'm just hoping they don't have her as OP as they had Superman versus Steppenwolf. You know what I mean? Where it's just like, fam, you can't even have him in this fight. You can't have Superman in this fight. You can't. I'm just hoping she's not that OP.
Well, I don't think she's gonna be that OP, because then what's the point of the other Avengers?
Right.
I kind of think she's gonna kind of be like the actor, so to speak. But I know, like for the movie, like they're doing a major change to like her backstory. Like, you know, I mean, she's still gonna be Carol Danvers, pilot, whatever. But like, you know, she's gonna have like she's gonna have like Kree blood. So she's gonna somehow have like the blood from like Ronan, Ronan the Accuser, like his race.
Yeah,
we already talked about Ronan.
Yeah, she's supposed to be that though.
There's gonna be a lot going on.
But she's supposed to be that though, right?
Yeah, but we talked about earlier
It's supposed
Ronan
to be
being
like
in the
that,
movie.
but the way that she gets it and the way that it happens is going to be very separate from how they're gonna do this movie. Like this movie is not. It's like I think they were like trying to pre-warn. I think for me who are like comic purists is that they're like warning us like this is going to be very different from her backstory. Like not going to be like, oh, they changed this, that. Like it's going to be like very, very different.
So let me get your take on this, John. So with the guys that we saw in Infinity Wars that we have left, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you see them progressing to Avengers 4? Because like we
I
all,
hear what you're saying. You sound muffled. I couldn't hear I can't hear the question.
I was saying, how do you feel like the characters that are left, like all the main characters that were left in Infinity Wars, how you think they're going to progress? Because you know how Tony gets after he loses anything, he goes into his hyper tech mode. So what do you think is going to happen with them?
Well, my prediction is because if you look at the characters that right, so spoiler alerts, anybody watching this or listening,
We already said it. Go ahead.
If you feel like you've heard too much, so if you kind of look at the majority of everyone that quote unquote died at the end, right? These are all characters that were from like the that are kind of like the newer phases, right? Like they kind of like really started to come out after Avengers 2. All of those people are the ones that passed on, right? A lot of these people have signed on for multiple movie deals. A lot of these people have signed on for sequels to their own standalone films, okay? The people who are left are all the characters from the first phase. So my prediction is that in an effort to kind of retrieve the Infinity Stones back from Thanos, get a hand of either controlling the Time Stone to kind of turn things back or the Soul Stone to be able to revive certain characters, it's going to be at a cost. And then that cost is going to be with, like I think Thor's finished. I think, Iron Man, Cap. I think all those guys are going to die in the next year in the next film. And I think it's going to kind of be like they're going to give their lives to save these young Avengers.
Do you think that they're going to continue to mature and like their powers and stuff like that? Like over this time frame, is Thor going to get stronger? Is Tony going to get smarter because he's still in Wakanda? And seeing all that Syria is done, and it's like it's get better with his tech. Like, what do you think about that stuff?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I think a lot of things are gonna change for the better. One thing that I think is a possibility. After Iron Man's death, there's a new Iron Man in the comics. It's actually a black chick named Riri. So with Shuri being so smart and being like actually smarter than Iron Man and Banner put together. You saw that part when she was looking at him like, why you put Vision together like this? You know what I mean? Like throwing shade. So I would be really shocked if maybe Panther kind of like buys stock in Iron Man stuff and then like Shuri kind of takes over because at the end of Black Panther, Shuri was in charge of the science and technology department when Wakanda was going to start outreaching. So like maybe next Iron Man, you know what I mean? But in the comics, she also becomes a version of Black Panther too. So
yeah,
I don't, there's so many different ways they can.
I love the version of her in Black Panther better.
There's so many different ways
so
that they can spin it. I mean, to kind of have to be kind of like an Iron Man-esque type of thing would be kind of cool. But I mean, we've seen those kind of special effects for 10 years. So like, I'd be okay with them not doing that. But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be some major changes. To be honest, like the way that they did everything with Infinity War, I don't really know like what they're gonna do. Like I have an idea of what they may do, which is what I'm telling you guys. But like I don't know for sure like what they're gonna do. Like as far as like different character development, who they may bring back, they might not. Like I can only say like I know Spider-Man will be back. I know Black Panther will be back. But like like Gamora, I think she's a wrap. I think she'll be back, bro. I don't think she's coming back. I think anyone who died prior to Thanos snapping his fingers and abracadabra in the world, I don't think any of those guys are coming back. To be quite honest, I don't think not one of them come back. If any of them do, I'd be shocked. The only one maybe would be Gamora, because she was killed in order for the Soul Stone to be obtained. So maybe she can come back if the Soul Stone is returned, type of thing. But I don't know. I mean, she's not, the thing about the Guardians of the Galaxy is, like, it's not always the same Guardian. So, like, it could change, which is, like, why she could just kind of, like, stay dead. You know, which would kind of make Star-Lord a little more tougher because he's kind of soft, but it's because he's smitten with Gamora in the movies. So, you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's so many different ways.
So many things, yo.
But I thought the movie was great. I thought the whole Hulk thing. A lot of people complained about that, but they just got to understand that like Thanos is a bad dude, man. Like, and he already had the Power Stone before that fight. And and the thing is, Hulk does come back at Thanos later in the comics and gives him the business, but it's not, but that's kind of why Thanos went at, gives Hulk the business first to kind of like get in his mind. And it's like now for the first time, he's not angry. He's now having another emotion. And then if you kind of stick just to the movies and what the movies have done, we saw major character development for just the Hulk and Ragnarok, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the little, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So now he's got other emotions, right?
See,
so
I'll
like,
be knowing.
Let's get mad. It's like, now, here. Like, nah, Banner, you got this one, bro. That Hulkbuster on, B, we straight. You know what I mean? So, and
you right?
Okay, yeah, you tough, right? People get snubbed every day, B. But like as far as like for the movie and like for even like the message that it sends for like kids and stuff like that, like I think that's super cool. And then it's gonna make, because obviously the Hulk will reemerge shortly, and like so when he does, it's gonna make it that much more epic because he didn't have a crazy, like this was the first Avengers movie that he didn't have a crazy fight scene. Right? He had a crazy fight scene in the first one, the second one. This one you get scraped for 5 minutes, and then you acting like a little crybaby. You got Bruce Banner fighting in a Hulkbuster. It's like, no, when he comes out in Avengers 4, it's gonna be ridiculous. We're gonna see probably the strongest version of Hulk that we've ever seen.
A totally different Hulk. Yeah, man, that joint. Oh, Marvel.
Like I honestly, like I can't. As far as like what they were able to do contractually with like what they have rights to, I can't really see them doing that film any better, man. Like the only thing would be the actual thing, but even with him taken out, they still made a banging movie. So it's like, what, maybe they know what they're doing, So
the only thing I know that I definitely want him for, like, and I know I'm being extra greedy with this. I need Adam Warlock, and I need Silver Surfer. At some point.
You being greedy.
I need Silver Surfer at some point.
You ain't getting that.
I mean, give me a glimpse, something.
I think we may see that at the end of
See?
4.
I need that.
Possibility.
I need that.
We got the rights. So now that we got the rights and everything, and one of my other, I guess, predictions, I don't know if it'll happen, is that, so now that we have all the rights, right? MCU has the rights to virtually everything and everyone, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, how do we bring in the X-Men? How do we bring in the Fantastic Four? How do we bring in these other characters after when Scarlet Witch is a mutant herself, the daughter of Magneto, they were just calling them enhanced, and it was basically Hydra make these superpowered people, right?
True.
If the Time Stone alters reality, right, and the reality stone and the Time Stone, if somehow things mess things up, maybe when the world gets fixed, now all of a sudden, mutants, right?
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, all these things are going on and they're like, what?
I don't want
that can offset the next scene of events for films, because I think it's really going to see Silver Surfer and all that, and we've already been in space, like all this is going down. The next best thing is, after Thanos, will probably be to fight Galactus.
Yeah.
Now you can bring in the X-Men. Now you can bring in the Fantastic Four. Now you can bring in the Silver Surfer. Hell, you can bring in Doctor Doom. You could bring in then you could do Avengers versus X-Men. That could be like the next big crossover film.
Yo, I don't want X-Men to come out until Black Panther 2. until T'Challa get his hands on that lady.
Oh man.
That fine like Charlemagne says, that vintage until he gets his hands on that.
Yeah. So yeah, John, like I said, we're gonna definitely have to have you come up here. Maybe sometime in June so we could talk about it, because I think we did it 2 years ago when he came up here.
Either 2 years ago
or last year. Right.
I can't remember.
Just under 2 years.
Yeah.
That was around Suicide Squad time.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So we're gonna, because I know Chris has to go. So we're gonna definitely. This is the to be continued, and I'm gonna just let y'all go. I'm just gonna be producing that show. That's it. Because I don't know nothing like I know. So I'm just gonna be producing the show. So, but thanks for calling in, John. We appreciate you, man. We love you, man, and we're gonna definitely hear from you soon, man.
No doubt, man. Back at y'all, man. Keep working.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right, man.
Well,
So, being that Chris has to go, we was like, all right, we're gonna do something quick, but I mean, come on, man. When it's like something good, man, it's hard to do. You know what I mean? It's hard to just do one.
Chris, we appreciate you.
Definitely appreciate you.
Don't appreciate me. Talk to Rose.
That's what I don't want to do. So let me get off this mic.
Thanks again for tuning to another This is Don't Shoot the Investor podcast. I'm your boy Professional Sutton,
And I'm your boy Chris G.
It's your boy, the Rock Report. Rose, it wasn't my fault.
Oh man, y'all was going deep.